Hello, good afternoon. This is Tiffany Smith. I'm reaching out to you guys today to let you know how crooked and trifling the system can really be. And when I'm talking about the system, I'm talking about one, the police. I'm talking about two, the child care, CPS workers, and I'm also talking about this lying child care worker that's trying to cover her ass so she lies on me. And when I mean lie, I mean she lies. Like, she sit here and says that my son got injured at home and she didn't notice until he got to school and took the mask off his face. And knowing me, I'm not finna throw myself under the bus. As soon as I seen what happened to his face, I reported her. This is my second time reporting her to the child care welfare of child care. I removed him this time. These people been spying on me. These people sat here and came and grabbed me and snatched me out of my bed and put me in handcuffs, stole my property. They went and got as serious as going to get a warrant. Talking about they have reasonable cause to come into my house. I mean, they kicked in my door, pulled me out of my bed, and put me in handcuffs. Then forced me to sign this safety agreement talking about that either I sign this safety agreement and have my child with family or a friend, or they gonna take him into foster care. And I ain't even do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Gonna try to tell me like they a doctor that these bruises happened way before he got to school, like they were there. Me and my roommate looked at him before he went to school and he was not bruised up in the face. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably gonna post a video about when he was bruised in the face.
If we really did as she said, because she said, told the police officer, we did it here. Okay, for all parents who have kids, if your child had bruises at home, would you A, send them to school, or B, take them to the doctor? I think you would choose B, take them to the doctor, not send them to school. So that meaning being, if it had really happened here, please tell me why he will send to school. When we all know as parents what happens if you send a child to school with bruises. Police get called, child service get called, a whole bunch of bullshit. So if we really did it, why the fuck did he go to school? He went to school because his face was normal, caramel red bone, and was fine. That shit happened at school because it had bruises and 2 claw marks going down his eye.
And his neck.
And his neck. But the question still remains, if we really did it, why did we put him on the school bus? Because they said they were dark bruisings. Dark, meaning they're easy to see. Why did he go to school?
Exactly, ladies and gentlemen. That's because this shit happened at school and she think that she gonna frame me for it. She think that she gonna frame me for it. And trying to judge me on why I chose to remove him for child care. Okay, that's not your business. As long as I'm doing what I got to do to make sure he's in a better child care, those are my concerns. And that's what I was doing. Like my child care worker told me at DSS, I documented the 2 times he got injured. It's not that I wanted to leave him in there. It was, we both work, we looking for child care, and we just document it in the meantime. They got a lot of nerve to try to judge someone.
I'm going to reveal to y'all how fucked up and mentally fucking fogged the police department is. Okay, they said that she reported to them that there was some child abuse going on at home. Okay, the day that she brought him back home with the bruises, she texted this woman right here, my housemate, Tiffany Smith, saying in the text message, because they have the phone, they're going to see it too, that she was not going to tell anyone
because she was
he had
guilty.
bruises. Wait a minute. I'm telling you the whole story. There's a 2-parter here. Wait a minute a second. that she was not to call no one on her, nothing. But then she changed her little tune when Tiffany reported her misconduct behavior of her child to her boss. And she texted when she did that, well, since you want to report me to my boss, I'm going to make sure your child gets taken. That's a verbal threat.
And the thing on this is they put a judge on my case that I don't even like. This the same judge, Doretta Walker, that sat here and swore up and down it was neglecting my home when it was motherfuckers that lied on me to get my kids taken. So why they would add that in this, that's disrespectful as hell. But how about they run up in here, they run in my place, snatch me out of my bed after they done kicked my door in, put me in handcuffs, and they tape my cell phone. They tape my laptop.
Wait a minute.
You see all this shit they took out of my house without my permission.
Like everyone records
and
the
I
police.
haven't done shit.
You know, like every one of y'all record the police all the time. Y'all see it all over YouTube and Facebook. Every people record the police. They did these things in. I'm telling you the order they did them in. Connect the dots. They arrested us first. Then they started tearing up our apartment.
And
then, well, wait a minute. Then number 3 is they took our shit. After they destroyed our apartment and took our shit, then they took pictures.
Yes. We not having that.
Because they handcuffed us first.
Decent when they walked in here.
Us first.
They was throwing shit everywhere, acting like we had guns and stuff in here.
First because they knew we was going to record their misconduct. And then the neighbors across the hall, their kids and parents came out, right? They turned them around and said, "Oh, the kids shouldn't see this." No, y'all didn't want witnesses. Y'all didn't want us recording, y'all. That's why y'all handcuffed us first. Then you need to detour the fucking neighbors from seeing all this shit because you didn't want witnesses. Because you were about to do some misconduct shit.
And I'm telling you right now, this child care worker, Miss Shabbat, whatever your name is, as soon as I get my phone back, I'm pressing charges against this bitch. You don't lie on somebody because you mad. She was mad because she don't like what Wade said to her and she don't like him. I remember when she told me after she didn't like what Wade said to her, she said she would get her husband to fuck him up. What kind of talk is that for a child care provider? And then they want to act like I have mental problems because I'm not nice to them. You yank me out of my bed. You throw me in handcuffs. You got a taser up in the air like you trying to scare me with it. You sit here and snatch my son out of his bed and put him in cover and take him outside and take my phone. Take all of my things. I can't buy nothing. I can't do nothing. Do you think they gave a fuck? They sat here and took our phones. They took my computer.
One fun I want to mention. There was 5 or 6 officers and CPS worker. Now, mind you, I had to tell all of them, like each one of them, like 6 times each, that I've been through child services. I told them the whole story. I was with them for 15 fucking years. I was with my parents, had a handprint on my face, written everything on my back, all this shit. So I know the game they're playing. And one officer asked them. I asked one officer, said, like, officer, basically, you're saying the reason why you're here searching everything is because you got a report that there was child abuse here. Someone put a bruise on his face here. I asked him after that, if this bruise came from here, why did he go to school? And you know what he said? He detoured the question and said, we're just letting y'all know that y'all ain't being arrested or going to jail, being pressed charges. He deterred the answer because he knew my question was going to shut everything down. Because all parents know that if their kid has an injury, hospitals are for injuries, not school. But I let each one of these know, like multiple times in the apartment, how I stepped outside the apartment, and I let them know, I know how this fucking shit works because everything y'all telling us, even Tiffany, y'all told my parents. And it's funny how y'all talked to my parents for an entire day. By the end of it all, guess who you believed? The teacher who told you that I came to school with a handprint on my fucking face. It don't matter who you talk to. You're still gonna believe or fucking follow the first person who barked like a dog. Which in this case was the child support worker, but in my case, it was my teacher. And then they kept on asking, who you talking about? Who you talking about? Y'all all here for the same reasons. Because the daycare bitch fucking reported some false bullshit. So I don't know why you keep asking who you talking about, who you talking about, when you know the fuck you're talking about.
And these the people that took our phones and all of our property that they had no business taking. Really, they had no business coming
And then
in
they
our
was
house,
trying to fucking force
getting
her
the
to talk.
key from our apartment.
Let me tell you how
owners
this right here, they trying to act like she's
and
not being
walk in
cooperative.
here.
They kept on saying she won't be cooperative, she won't answer the questions. What fucking parent who actually cares about the life and well-being of her kid is going to be in a talkative fucking mood or talking stabilization to any officers when they're riled up like a dog set on fire? Like, I even asked the officer one time, I sat right in front of Tiffany, and I asked the officer, officer, no respect, not being personal, do you have kids? He was like, yes. If you was in the same state, position, and atmosphere as Tiffany, would you be in a talkative mood? Would you be in the mood to be answering any fucking questions? He was like, yeah, I'd be cooperating. And I was like, no, you wouldn't, because you'd be too fucking pissed off and riled up like she is.
And I'm sitting here like, these mugs is something just to break into somebody's shit. You don't even have point blank period evidence that something is wrong with my child in my home. You just gonna go off of what she say. And I have rights. I didn't have to let them in here. If they don't have a physical reason why they need to be here, they just here for hearsay. And you gonna call the police on me? Really?
That's like saying that dog bit me on the
Then you
leg.
send her harassing me, knocking on my door every few minutes, then stopping, acting like you done left, and then you start right back knocking when you hear us in here. Like, I'm not burning for that lady. And I don't even know how long they gonna have my phone, but as soon as I get her name out of my phone, even if it's in this one, because as soon as I seen her, when they took all of my phone, they took all of my phones, they took all of my tablets, they took my laptop and shit. Talking about they taking it for evidence. You had no right to take my stuff. I have not physically did anything to show that I have harmed my child.
Hell, they could have took
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like
this.
they sitting here siding with this female that's sitting here lying out of her mouth. Because why is she so concerned about me reporting her? Because she know that he got hurt in her care. And you not finna frame me for that. And that's what she trying to do. And then the court is up here acting like, oh, she done had history of neglecting her kids before her. First of all, I did not neglect my kids. No parent is different. Y'all done had parents out here that let boyfriends kill their kids, all that shit, and y'all leave them in their care. I was not neglecting my kids. The only thing that I did is I was not around the right type of people, and they were snakes. And as soon as they got mad, they reported me to get back at me. I made a video about that shit. The bitch was picking at me down here at my job about getting my kids taken. She called on me 27 times. So the fact that you write that shit in my damn profile, that's a fucking insult, because you don't have proof that none of that stuff happened at all. Basically, you just got away with taking my other kids because I did not know my fucking rights. But I'm calling everybody I could think of until somebody will listen, because I'm not going down for her. I'm not going down for them saying, oh, it don't take that long for bruises to show. That don't mean nothing. Me and Wade looked at him before we got him ready for school, and it happened at her place of business, and I'm not burning for her ass.
That bitch is going down.
I'm not burning for her. You know what I'm saying? And for you to take my personal property where I don't even have a phone, I can't even buy me nothing to eat, I can't even go nowhere if I want to, even talking about some I can't be alone with my child, and I haven't even done nothing. Talking about some I can't be alone with my child, I gotta go to court because a bitch lied. Yes, I'm definitely pressing charges against her. Then want to holler I got mental problems. No, you had no right coming into my house, first of all, and you should have had proof that that shit happened. You did not have no concern so deep that this child was alive or dead. That was a bunch of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? What it was is CPS told you what they needed you to hear for you to go get a warrant for you to be harassing me and physically take my property from me, where I can't even call a lawyer. I can't even call nobody to tell them what happened. I can't even record the incident. I can't even record the incident so people can see what happened and all this. Look how they did my house. Look how they did my house. They sat here and threw shit every fucking where.
They handcuffed us first, because they
sat here and threw shit everywhere and then gonna take pictures. Like, that's some snake ass shit.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Shit was fucked that they handcuffed us first because they knew we were gonna call people.
And then you take pictures of my son. I know you got him out there in the cold taking pictures of him. You didn't see no bruises, but you still want to talk about something. He can't come back to me because I wouldn't kiss their ass. They told me I don't think he need to be here. Why he don't need to be here with me? Because this lady lied on me, and I'm telling you, and you not listening because you too busy trying to pin this on me. No, nobody is going to pin something on me that I did not do. I will call the sheriff department. I will call the chief of police. I will call everybody I have to call against what y'all did in my house today. Because I already know y'all looking through my phone.
And I saw
you know what I'm saying? I already know y'all looking through my phone. And I ain't even done nothing. But I'm reporting every last one of you. And I'm reporting every child care worker that dealt with this situation. Because y'all supposed to go off of proof. Y'all not supposed to just go off of somebody sending you some pictures and telling you their concerns. Because you don't even know. She was up here threatening to have her husband whoop Wade ass just because she didn't like what he said. You know what I'm saying? A parent have a right. A parent have a right to say what they want to say, and if they feel like you doing too much, they have that right. Yeah. So he said what he had to say to her.
I didn't threaten her out or nothing like that. I just cursed her out because she was harassing us.
But to sit here and call CPS to somebody's house because you don't like somebody, and on top of it, you wasn't watching my kid at your child care, so you think that you just gonna put it on me. Then you want to make jokes about my kids being taken. First of all, you need to know what you're talking about. My kids were taken because they want to sit here and believe what they want to believe when I know that I didn't do nothing to danger my kids. You know what I'm saying? I might didn't know about my baby daddy's charge when he was living, but I did not do nothing to harm my kids. You know what I'm saying? So, straight like this right here, I'm calling everybody. Because my child gotta bounce around like a teeter-totter where he should be at home with his mother, and I have not even done anything. He got to be at my grandfather's house where I can't even be alone with him. Wade can't be alone with him over some lies. And as far as Shabbat, this child care worker, however you pronounce your name, I already reported you again. And I'm pressing charges against you as soon as I find your full name. And since I found my backup phone, I'm finna look through it and see if I can find your full name. Because if I can, I'm going downtown and pressing charges against you. You don't call and lie on nobody because you trying to cover your own ass. You could have just said, yes, I wasn't watching him like that. You know what I'm saying? Why else would you say when you dropped him off, oh, I'm not going to say nothing to CPS. I know you didn't do that. Because you know you the one let it happen in your place and care. That's why you won't going to say nothing. But then you try to cover your behind when you find out I reported you. Yes, I'm going to report you. If I can let other people watch my kid and he don't get hurt, he shouldn't be getting hurt in your care. And you supposed to be a child care worker. So this video is definitely going to be posted. And I'm about to call CPS on this child care worker because that was dirty. That was dirty. You're going to sit here and lie on me to cover your own self when you know this happened at your place. And then you're going to have them tell me, oh, he was only there for 40 minutes. No, he was not. She picked him up at 7 o'clock in the morning, We had plenty of time to look at his body and face. She called me at 10 to let me know about that. It wasn't no 40 minutes. And then the way his head was turned, like he was in pain. Like when she was trying to show me the picture, that happened at that place. And I'm not finna sit here and let y'all sit here and make me feel less of a woman and all of this and trying to make like I wasn't looking out for my child and trying to question my judgment about childcare. Look, I did exactly what my childcare worker said. Until I could find another childcare, I made documentation if he did get hurt there. So that way I have a way, and I reported it every time it happened. So it happened twice there. You know what I'm saying? When he had them big knots on his head and she didn't say nothing and just sent him home. And then this time right here, when he come home with bruises on his face and scratches on his face, she trying to pin that on my ass. No, we not doing that. We not doing that. I don't give a damn about me having a case before. That don't mean you finna frame me. Because the case before didn't have nothing to do with this, first off. And the case before came from mean ass people that was upset with me because they was not getting their way. So they chose to call CPS on me. And I have proof of that. My roommate right here can tell you. Like, the girl was down there picking on me for lying. She called 27 times and she was laughing about it. She was laughing about getting my kids taken over her lying. You know what I'm saying? He can tell you. He can tell you straight up. I don't gotta lie about that shit.
Yeah, I was sitting outside. I walked her to her job every morning, around the corner. And one morning, one afternoon, because she went to work around 11, got off around about 2:30. So we got there a little early. So we stood out the bench outside the little apartment complex tower. A little flat grille sedan comes around the roundabout, parks in the front. A heavyset, shred-looking bitch gets out the car.
Keisha Bird.
Well, I call her a shred-looking bitch because she
I got her in that video.
You know what I'm saying? But so I was sitting next to Tiffany on the bench, and she was like looking over at the person that got out the car, and I'm like, that's her. I'm like, who do you mean? I'm like, that's the woman that got my kids taken. And Tiffany started having her glasses, every fucking thing. Like, she was about to fucking scrap. And she stood up, didn't approach her. I mean, she stood up and took, like, hey, started saying her piece, all that shit, really letting it go. The woman, the whole time Tiffany is expressing herself and telling her the shit, how she did was wrong, all fucked up and all that crap, she was grinning like Joker from Batman and Two-Face from Temple to Temple. Gilding and laughing like everything that came out Tiffany's mouth was a comedy script joke. And then as she's sitting in the car, she's in the driver's side, mind you, asked her passenger, who was also a female, to roll down the window and starts talking shit. She did not talk shit when she was outside the car in front of Tiffany. She starts talking shit when she was in the car. And she's still talking shit as she's pulling off, driving out. I'm hearing this shit. I'm right there. My hearing is clear. I'm hearing all this.
She was like, bitch, that's why you ain't got your kids. She was left outside. I know.
Now, mind you, these people. Now, from what Tiffany told me, wait a minute. From what Tiffany told me, these people did this because they want to do some lazy, grimy, lazy fucking shit at her apartment. So she kicks them out. At her apartment, this is Tiffany Smith's apartment, so she has the right to kick anyone she wants out if they ain't doing right. So as soon as she kicks them out, that's when they pull their little calling, making up fairy tale story bullshit.
Yeah.
That's why she called the child service on her kids, because she got kicked out, didn't have nowhere else to go, and wanted to be salty.
Well, actually, that was Sean baby mama that was down there at my job. She was upset because he wanted me and not her, the one they be trying to pick about, want to be calling him a sex offender and all that shit, being disrespectful as hell when this man is resting in peace like he lost his life in a car accident. But that don't mean he had to die for him to know, okay, he not supposed to be around nobody kids. And once I found out, I had no idea. You know, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a judge. But yeah, them people was crooked as hell. I mean, if you can lie on somebody and they just believe your word and they don't even see it for themselves or they don't see any evidence of that, this world is crooked. Because for this bitch to be down there laughing at me for lying on me, getting my kids taken, and for the other four lying because they didn't get their way, even when as far as saying that my late baby father, molested my daughter when she said he didn't. They shouldn't even be in custody. What it was is they was trying to get paid. They was trying to get paid on my kids. They won't even put them with their family. So writing this little bullshit in this safety agreement, talking about I got a history of neglecting kids. No, I don't have no history of neglecting kids. I done seen how your workers treated my kids while they in custody. It was not no neglect. It was me not knowing all the rules, and it was me not knowing all my rights, and I trusted them, and they was full of shit. But as far as this case, no, I don't trust them. I felt like if you didn't have a reasonable time or reasonable way to come in here, then you won't come in here. Because if I told you I didn't do nothing, I ain't do nothing. And they talking about, well, Tiffany, why you didn't carry him to, they talking about my son, Mello. There's like, why you didn't carry him to the doctor? Okay, what I look like, this lady didn't harm my child in the dang on child care, bring him home, making like it happened here, and I'm supposed to go there at the hospital and say what? You know what I'm saying? I said, no, I'm a reporter ass. So that's what I did. I did what I was supposed to do as a woman, and I got harassed. They banging on my door every chance they get. They blowing up my phone. They won't leave me alone. All because this girl is lying. You know what I'm saying? Because she don't want to tell the truth. Okay, I won't watch your kid. Because I told her that the first time he got hurt, and I documented it. I was like, I'm going to need you to watch my kid. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not with, him being there and you not watching him and taking care of him. Because she didn't even told me how kids be throwing stuff upside kid heads and stuff. I said, look, you need to be watching my child. And then this how you know that this her MO. This what happened in her child care. Because she was like, kids gonna get hurt. Like, you shouldn't even have that mentality. Yeah, a child might get hurt. But you ain't supposed to just expect that. I done let plenty of family members watch my kids, and my son never got hurt. So how is it when he go to child care, he get hurt? And then she ain't even woman enough to say, okay, I might have not been watching him. I don't know how he got that bruise on his eye and his neck. She just gonna try to frame me for it. Because she was out there crying in the car, in the van, when she was dropping him off, talking about, be careful, Tiffany. I know you work at night and stuff, but you ain't with him at night. You don't know what that man doing to him. And with the way he act, you don't know what he do to him. Like, observe your child when you come in. You know what I'm saying? Trying to play that shit off. And she know damn well this shit happened at her place. You know what I'm saying? Soon as she got away from me, she called them on me to cover her ass. And I ain't going for that. Because not only am I not going for that, I'm pressing charges against you for lying on me. And I'm pressing charges and I'm going over everybody's head on what they did to me today. It was no reason for you to go to my complex and open my door and come in my place. And then I'm laying in my bed, you kick my door in, throw me in handcuffs, grab my child, up here acting like we got guns and shit in here. You know what I'm saying? No, I have not done And you think you just gonna do that to me. No, you not. Because I'm finna talk to everybody I can and everybody that can listen. I couldn't even call a lawyer to tell them what happened. I couldn't even record the incident so they could see how they was treating us. That's how much they was trying to cover their ass. They sat here and put us in handcuffs and then take our shit. You know what I'm saying? Just walk out of here with our shit. And I'm sitting here like, man, I don't got no phone. How I'm supposed to use the phone to call a lawyer or whatever I need to call? Because, yeah, what they did was dirty. You know what I'm saying? What they did was dirty. Thank God I tore up my house and I was able to find my backup phone. And as soon as I find this child care worker name, I'm finna go through all my emails and I'm finna find a way down there to that magistrate office so I can press charges. Because I'm not the parent to play with. Yes, them people in the past fucked over me really bad because I did not know my rights. I did not know what I was allowed to do and wasn't to do because they wouldn't leave me alone. Actually, they was harassing me like they is now. They was going by my kids' school to see if they in school. You know what I'm saying? Because they told me, and Pierce say, with my late baby father having in charge, he couldn't be around other people's children. So I did all I could to align that into place. And it was clear that we couldn't stay together after they told me that. So I aligned things in place and they harassing me just like they did then. They was coming all by the school, coming by the house, all announced. They not thinking about my child. If they thinking about my son, why would they wrap him up in a blanket and carry him outside to check him knowing it's freezing?